turn on the heat with men who mark fate at the wheel. They continue in any condition. It's every man for himself.
Number 10.
He's doing this for someone else.
Here goes the pass. Gordon making a move on the inside of Earnhardt. Oh, Jarrett's loose.
Down the back straightaway. Big trouble. Earnhardt out. And for the 19th time, Lady Luck deals a bad hand to Earnhardt.
What a pile of grit. Earnhardt is in the car. He's barking instructions to the crew. If Earnhardt can make one lap or two, it's an absolute miracle.
Jeff Gordon tried to pass Dale Earnhardt on the inside. The air just pushed Earnhardt over into the outside wall. Dale Jarrett couldn't get slowed down quick enough. Ernie Irvan goes right under Earnhardt. I thought they were back there ready to load that car on the wrecker. I thought that's what was waiting on, and first thing I knew, Dale Earnhardt was driving it down pit road.
Number 9.
And Harvick's getting a run off turn 4. It's going to be a drag race all the way back to the start-finish line. No caution. They're side by side, right to the line. Big crash. Here they come. Checkered flag. Harvick. Kevin Harvick wins the Daytona 500. We got one car on his roof coming across the start-finish line.
Still wrecking. They're wrecking everywhere. Boyer's on fire. Jeff Gordon's wrecked.
And they are still wrecking. Montoya, Stremme, Kenseth, Biffle, Marlin, Carl Edwards, Casey Mears all crashed on the final lap. Until now, 1976 and 79 were the wildest Daytona 500 finishes ever. New one for the record books.
Number 8.
Earnhardt and number 75 Bonnet trailing behind Bobby Allison in the second position.
Bad trouble, bad trouble.
Okay, a terrible crash. Richard Petty's car has turned over 7 or 8 times coming off turn 4 and was just struck by another car. It's one of the most violent accidents we've ever seen.
It was one of the worst accidents we've seen here in quite a while, Chris. And it looks like it might have been tagged by the car number 73 of Phil Barkdahl. And you can see Petty's car just cramming and turning over up against the wall, and other cars coming in. There's Barkdahl hitting him as he came by, and the Eddie Beerswall car hitting one of the tires that came off the car.
That looks like the crash at Darlington years ago, Ned.
That's the fuel cell that has come out of Petty's car. It was broken loose.
It's amazing, you know, that with the fuel cell ripped out of the car, there was no fire. That shows that the safety precautions built into these cars by NASCAR are really working.
Here's the latest report on Richard Petty. He has a broken right ankle, is in stable condition, and is being taken to the Halifax hospital. The other drivers involved in the incident, Alan Kowicki, Phil Barkdahl, Eddie Beerswell, Brett Bodine, and A.J. Foyt have been released from the infield medical center here at the Daytona International Speedway.
Number 7.
All that happened on lap 2. And now, under caution, Juan Pablo Montoya has crashed and gone aflame.
Holy cow, what happened?
We just got a report that he was complaining about a bad vibration in every gear.
No, Larry, he just slammed
into the jet dryer.
I think he slammed into the jet dryer.
They're trying to clear debris off the racetrack, and the car brakes, won't steer, and he slides up the track and into the back of that surplus helicopter jet engine on a trailer used to dry the racetrack.
Larry, Mike, I saw sparks coming out from the car as if it had a tire down or something. What an incredible turn of events. I've never in my life. Oh my gosh.
And all that spilled jet fuel found something hot to ignite it. Safety workers quickly on the scene. And this is a bizarre twist to this Daytona 500.
We heard you say in your radio transmission that you felt a vibration. What in the heck happened?
Well, I told him I left the pits and I felt a really weird vibration. We were with the pack, and every time I got on the gas vibrated. So I came back in, they checked all the rear end, they said it was okay. And I got into the back straight, and we were going 4th gear, but we we're not even going that fast. And every time I got on the gas, the rear was like I could feel the rear really squeezing, and I got on the brakes, travel up. And while I was telling the spotter to have a look how the rear was moving, the car just turned right.
Juan, I also asked you, you talked to the gentleman who was in the jet dryer. He was in the ambulance with you as well, right?
Yeah, he was okay. You know, he just looks pretty scared, put it that way.
All right, thanks. We're so glad you're all right.
Yeah, you know, to be honest with you, it's tough. You know, we're running a really smart race. You know, everybody in the target Chevy really did a good job today, and just move on to Phoenix.
All right, thank you, Juan.
Thank you.
Number 6.
Trouble for Newman slams the wall. Comes Schrader, and Newman is in the air and over. Ryan Newman, last year's Rookie of the Year. The rear end ripped from the car.
Look at that thing lift up, Larry.
Just takes off like an airplane.
That's 3,400 pounds, folks. Just lifting up in the air like a feather.
And the right rear wheel digs into the dirt and tears the whole rear end loose from the car.
Yeah, if the tire hadn't come off of the wheel, it probably wouldn't have turned over like that. But once the tire came off, and it dug in and flipped it. Let's watch her here and see what happens. Oh, Kenny Schrader got out of control, got into him. Oh, that's what happened, Mike. His right rear tire came off. Car goes airborne. Then when it hits the ground, it digs in and just rips it apart.
Looking at Dale Jarrett's car. Wow. What a sight to see out your windshield. There you see Ryan Newman right there.
Oh, yeah, he waved to the crowd. All right, buddy.
What a ride.
Number 5.
A while ago, we saw Jarrett and Earnhardt were capable to pull away a little bit. They're trying to bring it in.
Trouble behind Rusty Wallace is turning over.
Rusty Wallace 20 feet in the air, spinning, crashing.
Well, I'll tell you, when they're running that close together and jockeying around position, you just know that things like this are going to happen. And a very unfortunate situation for Rusty Wallace
Racing
here.
back to the line.
To the flag as Dale Jarrett moves around the Hutch Strickland car.
At the stripe.
You know, you almost feel like you're just sitting there waiting for it to happen with that big pack of cars. Unfortunately, we've seen it a couple of times. Hopefully, Rusty's okay here.
We're in Jeff Bodine's car now as he goes through there. He said, I got by that one, accepting that a big piece of debris off of Wallace's car hit him right in the top of the windshield. There it is again.
Another angle. Looks like Derek Cope was involved in.
Yeah, he clipped the 30 car of Michael Waltrip. They got together.
Frightening crash.
Yeah, and they said the minute the car stopped, Rusty hollered, "I'm okay." So he knew he needed to call those guys.
The 1989 Winston Cup champion, Rusty Wallace, walks away from the remains of that car. Unbelievable.
Number 4.
It's the big one. It's what we've all been fearing. This kind of racing is going to happen.
A horrible crash on the back straightaway that began when Tony Stewart got turned sideways against the backstretch wall number 20. And everybody
back up and look at it again. I think that the 4 and the 20 may have been that started that.
Stewart was the first car sideways.
Here's
see why.
Here's the 4 got into the back of Ward Burton, I believe.
And then Burton's 22 got into Stewart.
And
everybody scrambles.
That car is taking a whale of a ride, that 20 car is. Right there. See, Ward Burton got pushed around by that car, and that's the 4 car.
And he got in the back of Tony Stewart. Of course, Tony Stewart going airborne here.
And it was Ward Burton's car being sideways that blocked up the track for everybody behind him.
Boy, and it gets hit by every car in the field, seems like, and Tony Stewart's car just took a whale of a ride.
Now here from the blimp.
I mean, there's cars going under Stewart's car while he's in midair.
Yeah. That must be at least 30 cars in that wreck.
3 wide inside, 3 wide, 3 wide. Clear into the 14.
That is something a driver never wants to hear.
4 times I made it through. I flapped out of the tire. I made it through. And 4, bud. We'll put 4 on it.
And Tony Stewart goes for one of the wildest rides in recent memory of Daytona.
This is number 3.
At 300 miles, 25 cars are out of the race. Blown engines,
oil leaks, steering trouble, burned clutch, broken axle, and wrecks. Number 25 snags the guardrail on the backstretch and literally explodes. Caught by flying metal, Pappy Crane and Chevrolet number 58 spins out and rolls. Crane is all right, but Tom Herbert is injured and must be helped from the wrecked Thunderbird. The engine of his car was thrown 25 feet. While the track is blocked, another set of pit stops turns positions inside out. Junior Johnson changes tires again as Lee Petty roars in.
Number 2.
Ryan Blaney up behind Ryan Newman, trying to get him to Hamlin.
Newman backed up to Blaney. Big run coming here.
To the inside, Newman to the front.
Nothing Denny Hamlin could do. What can Ryan Blaney now do? Here comes a push from Denny Hamlin. Oh, this thing's not over yet. Not at all.
Ryan Newman off turn 4 for the final time. Blaney to the outside, to the inside. Here comes Hamlin up the outside.
Wow.
Crash into the wall, into the air. Goes Newman.
Upside down.
In a shower of sparks on his roof. Ryan Newman comes across the line, 4th. Scoring unofficial between Hamlin and Blaney as far as who crossed the finish line first. Newman got turned, went up in the air. As he came down, was hit by another car and launched skyward, coming down on his roof. The AMR safety team is there quickly to attend to Ryan Newman.
This is number 1.
The challenge for second place up on turn 2. We've got a wreck. Look at that. Wow. What a crash, Pete. I don't think I've ever seen one this bad. Looks like a Ford. Car number 60. I don't know how in the world the following cars managed to avoid him. One of them came well inside on the grass to avoid making contact with some of the flying debris. Car number 60, Maynard Troyer, 32-year-old rookie from Spencerport, New York, flipped an incredible number of times. I have no idea how many times it was, but I think perhaps the fact that the car remained remarkably intact is quite a story in itself. Here he comes down off the banking, Keith, and the smoke is from his tires locked up. He's on the brakes. He obviously had some sort of trouble that sent him into a slide. And he hits the apron. The car starts a slow, lazy side-over-side roll. It looks like it's not too bad at this point, but then as it proceeds down the track, it starts to snap roll and tumble over and over and over again. Wheels and other parts fly off the car, and this is one of the reasons why the side glass window has been taken out and the mesh replaced, because the glass does not get on the track. There, a big piece of the car is over. Notice that the roll cage is doing its job. The top has not come down on the driver. The body, the shell is intact, and Troyer is in there, his safety straps holding him where he belongs. The roll cage in this beautifully constructed car has done its job well.